And the NAPA Truck Series is here for the fourth race of their season, and we are here at Las Vegas. The Truck Series just experienced an off week at Phoenix, and these guys are more than eager to get back on the racetrack for today's race. Another night race on the schedule, first one since Daytona, and Juan, the rookie, has just won his third consecutive pole. This rookie is on a roll, but he needs to get that truck in victory lane to show he is the real deal. It is a pair of rookies on the front row with himself and Jimmer Fredette. As now, Mac, we jump to you here, the other commentator in the booth for today's race. Well, off week for the Truck Series, but we are back at Vegas. We have had a lot of intermediate action so far this season for the Truck Series. And, well, now we're back for race 4. How do you feel like this race is going to go?
These intermediates have certainly been interesting for these truck drivers. So far, they've not had a good handle on them, and we've seen lots of wrecks and incidents in general, and I wonder if that trend will stay here today in the banks of Las Vegas, as this place has been known to sometimes be wreck-festy. Not all the time, but sometimes it is. So we're going to see if that comes out today, and the main thing will be, can this man in the 59 finally win a race? Because this is his third straight pole.
Yeah, most definitely. Juan has had an insane amount of speed in qualifying. Of course, all 3 of his poles coming at intermediates. The only pole he did not win was at Daytona. So he seems to have a knack for single car runs at these 1.5 mile racetracks. But yes, he has not been able to get the job done. He is almost every race faded kind of out of that top 5 into that back half of the top 10 range. But I feel like this is a track where, if you could get some clean air, you might be able to pull away. But again, this truck series famously this year has been known for a lot of close racing, despite these intermediates having, of course, let-off setups. These drivers have been quite close to each other. We see a lot of groups of 8 to 10 trucks all throughout the field. So if you're someone like Juan that has race-winning speed, if there's going to be 5 or other 6 trucks that hang in your draft, you got to do a great job. And we could see Juan get in victory lane for the first time this season. We've only seen one rookie in victory lane, Supra won at Atlanta. I'm sure all these guys want to put themselves in the victory lane as the second rookie. But without further ado, we are ready to jump into the starting grid for today's race. 67 lap race. It's going to be a good one. In row 1, as we've talked about, Juan on the front row with Jimmer Fredette. Back to row 2, we have Riku Sato. He's had some great qualifying efforts this season next to Mac. Row 3, Conroy Rosario next to Supra. Row 4, Petey and Cesarnia, 2 veterans in the series. And row 5, New and Nathan Scala making his second start of the year.
Row 6, we have Matt and Texas winner Gino Kep. In row 7, we've got Timmy and Elaine. Row 8, we have Luke and Butler. Then following them in row 9 is going to be Lab Nuke and Whiskers Bailey. And rounding out our top 20 is going to be Misty and Fortnite is T-Fun.
Let's go back to row 11, which is AC in the 51. He'll be doing double duty this weekend. He's next to Blade in the 56. Row 12, that is Nacho and Brandon Del Pino, 2 drivers that are looking for a bit more luck this weekend. Row 13, that is Landon Ware. He'll be making his first career start next to Boca Blitz. Row 14, Dakota Littleberry and Lion. And back to row 15, Lev and Raptor.
Then in row 16, we have Twan Hamilton and Mike Baxter. And rounding out our field is going to be Saucy Sausage and Chris Ganaban.
As we've said, 67 laps for today's race. It should be a good one. Let's get the engines fired and get this race underway.
Drivers, start your engines!
And the field will roll off here. 2 rookies that have experience on this front row. Jimmer Fredette had a front row start in the Daytona 500, the Daytona 500 weekend for the Truck Series. And Juan, well, he's been on the pole already 3 times this season, so 2 drivers that know how to lead this field to green. And row 2, another rookie and a bushwhacker in Mac. It's going to be a very intriguing start here. Tri-oval is very wide here. These drivers have a lot of space. Let's see what these drivers do. Off turn 4 and into the restart zone. We are underway and they are already fanning out. There's no rules about jumping out of line in this series, so we're already going at it. We are underway. And Nacho's on the apron in the back. Never mind that.
3x3 start up front. This is absolutely insane stuff that we have seen in the Truck Series so far, and it looks like it is just not going to stop Conor Rosario. Like he's going to aim for second here at the start, and he's going to get it. As Juan, big lead to start off. We are 3x3 throughout the rest of the field. Juan leads the first lap here in Vegas.
There's Nacho. Cameras are on him. Don't know what happened to him at the start. Doesn't seem like it was mechanical failure. Maybe he just spun the tires. I'm not sure, but he keeps it going. Juan holds the lead.
I just want to point out real quick that Mac, Conrad Rosario, and Rico Sato have had terrible starts on from lap 1 to now lap 2. Mac especially has fallen all the way back there, while not so much different for that and Rico Sato, but right now the rookie Juan continues to lead the way as those three try to recover their places. Oh!
Casernia!
Casernia on the apron!
I don't know what he was going for with that entry. I mean, just like I said in pre-race, these guys have had a week off, but I didn't think they'd be that rusty. Casernia! That was not an entry that I would approve, but somehow he kept the car going. Juan holds the lead. What a mess to start this race. Yeah, Mac fell back. I think maybe the cold tire's not good on that I lane. He'll try to move forward now, but 4 laps in, and I am scared.
Yeah, we see how close they're running to the apron. I'm sure that's going to cause some problems later down the line. Honestly, it's like, we've seen that middle line your sucker hole. It's either going to suck you forward or it's going to suck you backwards. And so I think it's going to be a very interesting thing to watch as this race progresses. Horrible quarter by PD and Conor Rosario. Lab Nuke's going to walk right through, and Timmy might just follow.
I mean, they've cut in Mac, but earlier I saw them go 4 wide in turns 1 and 2. They threw themselves out though. But around this part of the pack where Chris, the 53, and the 50 and the others are at, they were 4 wide on the last lap, and they sold themselves out. About what I said earlier about Mac and Rico Sato falling back, on the other hand, you've had Conrad Rosario having a fantastic start, along with PD and that 52 truck in second place right there. Of course, Conrad Rosario has lost a bit, but that 52 truck has seemed to be strong in the short run, along with, of course, leader Juan.
Yeah, I'm applauding the start of Timmy in the 99. It's been a rough season for him. Had mechanical failures at Texas that halted him to a bad finish, but he's moving up. New looking to the bottom of Juan. Juan just had all the clean air in the world with all the racing going on behind him, but New will take that spot. And I mean, oh my goodness, no one can figure it out. Chris started in last place. He is flying up this pack. I mean, no one's got a good handle on the race truck at all. Everyone is all over the place. It is a mess here. I mean, every week the main storyline is there are so many drivers that are seeing this racetrack for their first ever time. But unlike Atlanta and Texas, where, you know, drivers are, you know, all over the place, it's still a little bit hard to pass. But here in this race, you're seeing Chris, a prime example of someone that's just flying through the field. I think Chris might have the best truck on the racetrack. If you can make that many passes so early in the race, it is lap 8. He's into the top 10. What a start for Chris, and others not having a great start, although.
The mid-pack scene has been probably one of the most cinematic things you'll ever see, as you just see all these young guys fighting it out every lap for all these spots, and
Oh,
he got
27
around, and this might be big.
Big stack up on the front straightaway, and we're under our first caution. Butler involved in the 4, Nacho in the 95. Already had a bad start to his race. We're racing back to the line. Big crash to start. Labnuke tries to take the spot from New. He will get in, should lead it back to the caution, but front straightaway has been the major trouble all weekend long. Drivers get so loose off exit. And we saw a prime example in the back of the field, and I mean, I hate to say it, but a lot of familiar faces that we have already seen in trouble this season looks to be involved in yet another accident here early in this race at Vegas. Well, Chris and Mac, let's go take a look.
See Lewis have it here. We're middle 3 wide. And then, yeah, Misty and Brandon get together. Several trucks go wrecking and others piling behind. Landon Ware hard hit. I want to point out, amazing save by Whiskers there. Full 360. That's probably one of the greatest saves you will see. But I expect that there's going to be at least a couple trucks out from this. It's a big incident here early in this race, like we have seen in much of this truck series this season.
Here we are, Butler on the outside of the 56 truck. Brandon is Misty there in front of him, and he hits the front of Matt. Nowhere to go, gets hit again. And yeah, Butler having a bad start of his race on lap 10.
Yeah. You saw Saucy Sausage there get quite a bit of damage, and let's go on board with Dakota, who was right behind him. On board with Dakota. He tries to find a hole in that top lane. It just wasn't there. And watch Whiskers here in the 27. I mean, for a rookie that has gotten in a few wrecks this season, I'm sure he's got some experience with, you know, trying to save these race trucks. Goes around right here. Nacho kind of overcorrects into him, and that helped him out big time. But if he would have gone back into the 22, he would have gone right into the outside wall and possibly could have ended a chance to possibly go for this win. But minimal damage, and because of that save, he might still have a chance here to get a pretty good finish here. We'll be back for the restart. Single file coming back to the restart zone. NAPA officials have elected for a single file restart. Early caution. I expect it to be a theme for most of the race here if we get more caution, single file restarts. 3 trucks out of the race. We'll monitor that real quick. Rookie Landon Ware, or debutant Landon Ware, and Butler and Matt all out of the race with damage. And we're back into the restart zone. Timmy doing exactly what everyone has done practically all race. Jump out of line right away. And so does New to the bottom looking for the lead.
New's going to take the lead away from Labnuke, and here comes Juan as well to get inside for second.
Yeah, Juan nearly made contact with Labnuke. He makes it work. A lot of veterans around Juan. That's been the story all season long. Juan has been able to blend in with all these veterans. Timmy top of 3 wide. Man, I hate how they exit off turn 4 there. They are trying so hard to wreck right there. I mean, what a mess here. Chris is still trying to move forward. Jimmer Fredette. Man, they enter so low as well. I mean, a lot of inexperienced drivers. I mean, this race could be a wreck fest. Who knows what it could be, but New currently out front.
Yeah, the top 3 are pulling away, and the 15 and Mac as well behind them, but seems like they're trying to sort themselves out while the pack is fighting for 4. Mac triple that spot right now.
Looks like that number 1 Saucy Sausage is going to be way off the pace here to start. Ford IST Fun, bad 1 and 2 entry there. He's going to lose a few spots for that. He will get back back against Luke, though.
Oh, man. Side by side, all over the place. Here comes Jimmer Fredette jumping to that bottom lane. Man, that bottom lane looking really good. Look at Cezernia as well. New looking truck this race. I mean, it's all over the place, all over the pack here. And I mean, seems like everyone's a bit more cautious. You see kind of that train there down the front straightaway. I mean, with the amount of drag that this truck series has, it allows for a lot of drivers to be able, you know, to kind of draft with each other. You know, it's a bit of an abnormality, you know, but in this truck series. But with this new generation of cars all throughout the NAPA Sim series, all 3 series, it seems like some of these drivers have picked up on the fact that, hey, there's quite a bit of drag, and we can kind of hang with these guys here. And maybe after that early caution, instead of instantly trying to make a move, kind of just ride behind the guy in front of you maybe a little bit and just at least make it to halfway. Just give yourself a chance here. As I mean, all over the place. I mean, these drivers, they're entering the corners on the apron. I mean, it's so odd how these rookies drive sometimes, but that's what's so unique about this series is Supra gets by Luke. That high lane, that middle lane has not been good so far today.
Yeah, the middle lane seems to be very bad in 3 and 4. I've seen it work in 1 and 2 and on the straightaways though. So a little bit intriguing in my opinion that is the case. But yeah, you can see there Fredette made some progress there on the outside, on the especially made quite a lot of progress. But you're gonna see how much it flatlines here in 3 and 4. Yeah, he's just so slow in the entry in 3 and 4. Which feels so interesting to me that the two sides of the track are that polarizing.
I mean, to point that out real quick, that was kind of a cause of our first caution. You know, the driver on the top lane had to let off the gas, and then the driver in the middle lane kind of went up the racetrack thinking he was going to be clear, but drivers have to check up because there's no grip in 3 and 4, and kind of caused that accident. So could be a theme we see today, but this is the most strung out we have seen this group so far today. Of course, we kind of just went back green a few laps ago, but still, you can see they're off exit. Petey kind of made it work. Good exit on Riku Sato with help from Lion. I mean, you also see these guys kind of running the apron down the tri-oval. Don't really see that much these days, but make it happen now. Petey goes way wide, and how about Lion trying to go up the middle, and it works. What a move by Lion, and really now jump bottom of Riku Sato. Man, Lion's been impressive this season. And this is the 4th Syria truck, so Lion's been really impressive in slightly worse equipment than his fellow teammates.
I'd like to point out that from the restart, Petey and Timmy have fallen back from where they started, but on the other hand, Fortnite ST Fun, we mentioned that he had a tire issue reportedly, but despite that, he's running in the 4th position and is pressurizing Juan in that 59 machine now, as he's trying to get 3rd place, and that is a great showing for him. And Cesarni as well making a move to the inside of Gino Cap for 6th place.
As I mentioned a few times this season, Fortnite ST Fun, his only win last season came out of West Coast Intermediate and Auto Club. But well, obviously, it's been a terrible start to the season for that 69 machine, renumbered from the 42, and now trying to get a performance that will get that team, back on track from where they were last season, which was a playoff team.
Lab Nuke is caught up to the 52 of New. I mean, Bushwhackers have been seen at the front all day. Mac in the top 5, New in 1st. So good look for these guys early on, but Juan and Fort keeping these two in check. Oh, but Juan checks up there. Yeah, a little bit of an error there. This rookie is still vulnerable to errors despite having 3 consecutive pulls. You were seeing it right there. And Lab Nuke looking for the lead. He's had a pretty solid start to his season, trying to take the lead away.
Fortnite ST Fun is going to try and clear Juan as they come through the trial towards turn 1. Juan made a mistake in turn 2, last lap. They're still side by side. Fortnite ST Fun sends it. He's going to clear him. And here comes Mac to pick up the pieces. As here comes New to the inside as well on Lab Nuke. But Fortnite ST Fun, how about him? We cannot speak enough about him. He started in 10th, had a tire issue reportedly, and he's in 3rd right now.
Yeah, New looking for his 2nd truck win of the season. He already got a truck win this season at Daytona when he robbed a 9 machine of Mac, who's now making a move on 3rd on Fortnite SD Fun. Can't get the job done, it looks like. May actually be able to stay there, though. Yes, he does be moving to run off turn 2. But New robbed this man that we're looking at, looking for 3rd for the win at Daytona. And now New looking for his 2nd as one of the most prolific bushwhackers in the field.
Yeah, Mac will clear for 3rd. Yeah, it's been a tough year all around for Sunbelt Stars. They got their Daytona 500 win, but it seems like that was their good karma for the entire season. They sacrificed a Daytona 500 win, and after that, since then it's been tough for all 3 series in terms of being able to get wins. But Mac has not yet been able to see the lead today. But again, similar story to a lot of these races, up in the top 5 and making progress as 4 veterans at the front of the field. Then you got Juan in 5th. Hell, he's already looking like a veteran. Then Cesarni in 6th. And then you got Chris up in 7th. Gino Kemp has honestly been a little bit quiet so far, back in 8th. A little bit further back than you would actually expect him, despite still being in the top 10. Being pressured by Chris's teammate, Supra. right there to the inside. Super didn't get it, so we got back in line. And now that allowed Luke to make a move, but some rookies have been moving forward here. Blade into the top 15, making some progress. And uh-oh, left truck, that's Saucy Sausage. He's going to check up this front pack a little bit, but Saucy will get out of the way down the trial.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Saucy Sausage, who was in that wreck earlier on lap 10, slow in front of New, but right now the field seems to be negotiating him pretty well as Mac and some others got around him. There's Chris getting by him now, as well as Fortnite is T-Fun, but he is now in front of Geno Cap along with the others. Saucy Sausage might be teetering on the edge of minimum speed as Geno Cap and others are catching up to him.
Saucy should be good. He's been on track for this long, but honestly, as a rookie, doing a great job just simply getting out of the way. A lot of times we see drivers have a bit of an ego and they want to block the drivers around them, but getting out of the way, he should be good as long as he doesn't get any more trouble. Maybe get a caution here soon. He can get himself back in that free pass position and maybe try and get some more position if more drivers have issues, but we have definitely reached the calm point of the race, as now we are kind of getting towards halfway, 32 of 67, and New and Mac are now 1-2, cup drivers, but again, Saucy doing a great job getting out of the way, letting the field by, and letting everyone race, but no one's really been able to fully gap each other. Just as I said, the story of this truck series, there's always someone right up on your tail. We just have not yet seen this season one driver been able to pull away.
Yeah, and the main thing that Saucy Sausage did was kind of, he got everyone now bundled up here in this top 10 or so. We were starting to see it get a bit more spread out, but now everyone is pretty much bundled right back up. They're not bumper to bumper, they're not that close, but they're certainly still in the vicinity of each other. And that will probably keep things very interesting for a little bit. As you see Labu now looking to the inside of that 9 Machina Mac, looking for the P2 spot, and he will get it very easily here in turn 4. Mac is going to resist, though, on that outside, try to get back by him, but this is going to be only good for the machine team right now in New.
I thought I saw Fortnite SD Fun look to the top, and I think Mac put just a little block there. Just trying to keep that third position. He already lost second, now trying to keep third, but you're seeing there that middle lane just not as equal as the bottom. Here comes one against Cezernia, and Chris, I mean, again, started in last place. He's kind of, though, been stuck in the 7th, 8th area. He's not been able to crack the top 5. This is his best chance now as Mac had to get way off the gas. He got ran wide, and there's a little bit of dirt here. Is the caution out? Caution is not out, but I know y'all saw those dirt particles. We're going to have to maybe figure out what happened. Something might have happened. I can't really decipher as our cameras pan through the field anyone that's more off the pace than usual. Odd situation there. We're just going to keep rolling. But again, big mess here. Bunch of Toyotas all in this group right here, right around the top 10.
Bailey on the inside of yeah. Now these Toyotas are all bunched up. Chris had a very bad quarter. He went too low on the entry of 1 and 2, I believe. And now all these guys are bundled up here for around the 9th through 12th spots, I would say. Even up to 6th.
Yeah, there's a little flyby here.
I want to point earlier, Mac, about how you said the field was bunched up together. Well, the field is now sort of starting to spread out again as, while everyone's been battling for second, New has pulled away, but now as Lab Nuke and Juan are starting to work together, tandem drafting as we saw earlier, and they have slowly gained on that 52 machine, along with Cezernia, as they are single file once again, as, oh, what a move by Timmy there on Geno Cap, along with Petey following through, and Jimmer Fredette making it 3 wide.
Yeah, that's the danger spot right there. You saw off turn 4 how squirrely everyone got. Geno Cap has fallen outside of the top 10, trying to work that high lane. Ooh, it was working, but I think he stepped it a little bit too far to get out of the gas. Now side by side with Riku Sato. I mean, these rookies, they're just going to get better and better as the season goes on. And as the season goes on, there's going to be a select few that shine a lot more than some of our other rookies. And I mean, we've seen Juan practically all season long be that rookie that has been able week in and week out to take challenge with all these veterans, but as the season goes on, we're just going to see more and more break into that category. Chris in 7th, Blade has had a lot of speed in 8th, just off the luck this season, and Lion, we've seen him get 2 top 10s. He is running in the 10th position, so some rookies are starting to figure it out. Juan's going to get by Lab Nuke and has a big run up to the 52 of New. I don't think it'll be enough to make a move before turn 1, but a lot of speed out of this 59 truck.
Yeah, Juan, the main thing is just actually been doing the deal. He's been in these battles for the win as of late, but he has not been able to do the deal run at all. And I think right now that is the main sticking point with them, because he can have the speed throughout the races. He can get all these poles, but right now he just hasn't proven he can actually finish the job when it comes to the end of these races.
Ford up to 3rd. Casernia up to 5th. Mac falling back to 6th, trying to move back forward. I mean, do I dare say this is an uncharacteristic day for Mac? He hasn't seen the lead yet. So, just kind of just hanging there. Not sure if he's maybe trying to change the game plan. Hey, I lose the lead when I lead most of the race. Let's try and do the opposite this time around. I just haven't seen a crazy amount of speed out of this 9 truck today. I mean, he's been fast, but when it comes to the speed that his fellow Cup brethren New has in the 52, I just don't see it. But we'll see if we get another yellow. Still a long way to go, but again, the field has calmed down ever since the chaos at the start. It's only going to be so long until Mac has to start moving forward here until we get to the end portion of this race, and there's going to be not enough time to make these moves. Ford looking to put a big block on Casernia. He'll do it. They keep racing for second as New just gets away, kinda. Here comes Lab Nuke.
Yeah, New long in these laps led. His one last season, he did get a truck win last season at an intermediate oval. That was at Texas early in the season, 3rd race of the season in that truck season. But, I mean, New intermediate ovals have been the cream of the crop, but maybe trying to get some momentum down the truck series, because it has just been an abysmal start from the Cup Series. No top 10s in his first 4 races is extremely uncharacteristic of a driver like him, who's usually been a pretty good lock to win multiple races each year. But here's Lab trying to get to the inside, but New's going to shut the door on him real quick.
And I just want to quickly point out, Mac, that this is the first time in a while that New in this 52 machine has been really challenging for the lead. Like, we've seen it early on, the lead sort of being contested, but ever since then, it's just been a battle for second place between this 2 truck of Lab Nuke. We've had Juan behind him have it, Mac behind him also having second place. And we also mentioned Chris moving forward and Casernia moving forward, but it's just been a battle for second, while New has just been dominant so far.
This is the top 11 now that's actually kind of breaking away. Ooh, a little scattered here down this back straightaway. Everyone's trying to kind of block each other. This top 11, I think, has ran away. Timmy being that outlier there outside of the top 10. I see them kind of putting up a small gap to Jimmer for that Super and others. They have kind of ran away, but New has just set the pace, and no one's really been able to fully keep up with him as well. As you said, Chris, Lavenu was able to kind of get to his back bumper, contest him, but then he just loses it. New has been so consistent lap after lap, just running just really solid lap times. And I think if you're Lavnuke, you're just going to need a bit more of an error out of him. You might even need that one truck, as we saw him for a split-second pan in the frame, to maybe slow him up a bit to have a chance. But I really do think if it's going to be a battle for this win between someone in the 52, it's going to be one of these two. Because I have not yet been able to see the 69, the 9, the 33, the 81, etc. been able to get to the 52's back bumper. Unlike the 2 in the 59, they just haven't been able to make a move.
New's been holding the point. New's been holding the point before we get to Chris here for the booth. New's been holding this lead very well. Been able to defend it when challenged. Lamnu looked at the challenge again. New not having any of it is going to immediately put the block on him. And the mid-pack shuffling has helped prevent any other competitors from getting up here besides his 2 and 59. But we're going to see now as it starts spreading out more and more, this game might change. Lamnu back to the inside of New. might have the chance here at 3 and 4. The middle line is not good. Lab Nuke, he's in there. He might have the run. Let's see here. Into turn 4, side by side. They're about dead even here for some of the saucy sausages, but I think Lab Nuke got the lead here. He got lap led. Let's see if he can keep it up here. As now they're 1 and 2, they've caught the one of saucy sausage. New holding strong on the outside. But we're gonna see how Lab Nuke uses this.
Oh no.
Juan working on the and yeah, New's gonna get absolutely screwed by that truck of saucy sausage. Lab Nuke perfectly using it as a pig.
Oh man, almost 4 wide. Yeah. Wow. And now New has to go back in the offense. This is the first time he's lost the lead in a while. How quick are you gonna go back on offense? How about the rookie Juan? He sees an opportunity to look for the lead. That is a shallow entry into the corner though. Lab Nuke will keep the spot, and now Mac all of a sudden making some moves up to the front. New being cycled back slightly has all of a sudden allowed big move from New forward with a big block. Huge block. Oh my goodness, what a move by Fortnite Insty Fun. That is a huge block. We rarely see blocks of that magnitude in this series, but he just pulled that off, and now all of a sudden, New losing the lead is suddenly all that this entire field needed to get back together. You can definitely feel that New was kind of the locomotive in this group, kind of keeping everything in check. Now that he's lost the lead, it's a bunch of slightly slower trucks, and everyone's able to just run back up to each other. If New gets his lead back, I don't think this racing will be this chaotic. So, if you're Lab Nuke, if you're Juan, if you're Mac, take advantage of it while you can, because you do not want this 52 to get back out front and kind of control this race again.
Yeah, that's been a little the field for quite a while, and now everyone's checking up. The 52 is bleeding places now, being stuck in the middle of that pack. Gonna get passed here by Blade here for 7th, and now it feels like the lid has just been unsealed on the field. Now here's Mac to the lead. For the first time today, he's gonna easily get it.
What this field?
This is amazing.
This field has taken supplements of something, because all of a sudden the 52 losing the lead has all of a sudden just ignited this entire field. Don't turn to 69. Luke almost gets into him. Mac has to check up. Oh my goodness! What is going on? New needs to get back to the lead.
Oh my god!
Look at what New losing the lead has created. How about Fortnite SD Fun? This might be his first lap led of the season. Oh my goodness! I thought Mac was getting hooked.
Oh my god!
Juan somehow kept it together. This is chaos. Fortnite SD Fun. How about Chris? He started last. He tries to throw the slide jump. The slide jump!
Bro.
He pulled it off! He pulled off the slide jump. That checks up Luke in the 15. Here comes Lion in the 50. Blade in the 56. New up the middle, trying to get back to the front. He's 3 wide with Lab Nuke. Don't hook him! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Just starting to go to New and Lab Nuke to keep it going though. Oh my god!
Here comes Chris!
Oh my huge run for Chris!
Oh my goodness.
They're throwing a slide jump on Lab Nuke.
I mean, I guess New decided, hey, this race has kind of reached a slightly stale point ever since that early caution. Let's spice things up a little bit. But if New gets back to this lead, I'm worried that this is the last bit of this racing we're going to see. New was definitely kind of that faster truck that was keeping everyone kind of behind each other. Then when New got past, there was a bunch of slower trucks that all decided to go for it. How about the rookie Chris before Will shut the door? But man, I'm out of breath. 12 laps to go, and after all that, we're still green. Chris down to the bottom. Here comes New again though in the 52, trying to make a move. He knows if he can get clear of this 2 in the 69, he can probably easily get by this 81, but I mean,
said by Lion.
Chris will get a lap lead here. How about the rookie? I'm pretty sure this might be his first lap lead of the year. A lot of rookies getting their first taste here of having really great runs like Timmy and Chris. And Chris will shut the door on New, pack a little bit of dirty air on him. And now 4 with a big run off the high lane, but he's going to get trapped. Here comes New in the 52. How quickly can he get it back, and can he hold it this time around?
New side by side with Chris as they come out of turn 4. Chris has help from Fortnite ST Fun, while New has come from Labnuke, and New's gonna clear, and here comes Labnuke to second as well, possibly. Chris is gonna be in the marbles in the high side. He's gonna clear though around the outside of Labnuke, as Labnuke is gonna try and stay in third place. But this racing has been amazing to watch. Here comes the 15 to the inside of the 56 there, as well as Juan to the inside of Lion and Fortnite ST Fun there. 3 wide out turn 4.
I am highly shocked
And
that Gino
New is
kept.
back to Timmy to the inside of Mac.
I am highly shocked that Gino Kep is not in this group. He is always someone that takes full advantage of racing like this as one of the faster trucks in the field, but he lost this group. It is an 11 truck duel to the finish if we keep this green. And Chris has put himself in the picture. Last place starting position. No issue, no wreck, no nothing. Just a last place starting effort. And he moved up into the top 10 instantly. Right up at the start of the race, put himself up front, got himself a lap lead, and now he's trying to challenge the cup driver New. And now look at this. He got back to the lead. Suddenly the pack is calm again. New is definitely the lifeblood of this entire pack, kind of keeping everything in check. But then the second he slightly opens the door for someone else, it just goes into anarchy. And, I mean, if you're Chris, you want anarchy because, well, it gave you a taste of the lead. You're trying to get by this 52 truck, go for this lead as Labnuke slightly losing it. Luke as well. And Mac, he fell out of the top 10 a few laps ago. He's just now trying to get back into the battle, but it might be a little too late here.
Yeah, now New, he's got clean air. Chris trying very hard to stay with him, but it seems like New could be starting to dust these guys here, as all the battling has kind of worn down quite a lot of the competitors in this field. And I'm not sure if lap traffic will come into play, but right now Chris might get gobbled up here. There's a chance for lap traffic to come into play, but I don't know. I think Chris might get gobbled up here.
Here comes Labnuke and Luke. We've seen him, of course, at the front here, but we haven't really seen him in the top 5 the entire race. Now he's suddenly up here really late trying to make the move, but I mean, we're talking about New trying to pull away, but you gotta keep in mind there's only a few laps to go, so anything that happens has to be done quickly. Chris getting another run on Labnuke, but I'm sure New wants to see this, a battle for second. That'll just let him pull away. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, he lost it once, he can lose it again. Lionelson to Timmy, he lost it once, he can lose it again, but it is go time for Labnuke, Chris, and Luke. You gotta go now if you want to get to this 52, because when he's in clean air, you see how fast he is.
And lo and behold, the only truck that we've really seen make a move and succeed at doing it is in second place right now. And
wow,
Labnuke has a big run entering 3 and 4. He's on the back bumper of New. Looks to the inside, can't quite get there though. And Chris is going to try and get in the draft as well. But to your point, Dylan, if you're going to make a move on New, you have to consolidate. You have to be single file. And especially if you're Chris and the 15 truck behind him, you want to see these two battle for the lead. I saw a lap car hit.
Oh yeah.
By the way,
they might play a factor.
Here comes Labnuke to the inside again. What a block by New though.
Imagine if these lap
trucks.
trucks.
This might be big. We have multiple lap trucks coming up ahead of us. This might be big.
I mean, you saw Labnuke 10 or so laps ago. He set a pick on the lap truck with Saucy Sausage to get New trapped, and he used that to get by him. Now you got 4 trucks. Imagine what you could do with 4 trucks. This could get interesting. They might catch them right at the line on the white flag. I'm really not sure, honestly. I'm not sure. This is going to be really close. I think they're going to catch at least 1 or 2 of them. Yeah, they're gonna get him. Labnuke's got a chance here to use these lap trucks as a chance to steal this race here at the end. Yeah, they're gonna be there, and they're side by side. That's Dakota, Littleberry, Nacho, and 95. Do you take it 3 wide? Of course you do. Of course you take it 3 wide. Will they play defense? He couldn't really get there in time. Oh, but Dakota gives him space. We're covering the white flag. Don't wreck the leader. Labnuke's got to run. White flag with lap traffic in the way. Can New hang on, or can Labnuke take advantage? Oh, horrible corner by Labnuke.
Got a really bad 1 and 2.
That might have just settled it for him. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Yeah, that's going to do it. What a job by New. Once he took the lead, it was smooth sailing. Then he lost it. Then it was smooth sailing again. Chris is going to take second. As off turn 4, New, second win of the year in the Truck Series. Great job for New. What a race as we watch everyone else get to the line here. New gets it done at Las Vegas in a race that saw quite a few interesting moments, but only one crash. And New was able to take advantage of an insanely fast truck. He gets it done. How about the rookie? Chris gets second. Blade gets fourth with his teammate, and also another rookie, Juan, finishing fifth. What a great race for all of these drivers. What an amazing showing. Let's take a look at the finishing results for today's race at Las Vegas. Let's go over the finishing results here for today's exciting race at Vegas. New comes home on top. Second win as a bushwhacker this season, the Truck Series. But Chris, last place to second. He almost got it done, just couldn't hang on there at the end. Lab Nuke was fast all day. Blade out of nowhere with a top 5 and Juan. The other series, actually not the other, all 4 of them are rookies, but Juan, 3 consecutive poles. And in all 3 of those races, he has ran well. So keep that in mind. He can't get it done, but running top 5, top 10, outrunning drivers like Luke and Mac, who have done this many times. It's really good for a driver like him. He is going to be going places. And I would not be surprised if, nearing the end of the season, if Juan continues to step this up, I would not be surprised if he lands himself a good ride and maybe even Xfinity next season. He's been looking really good. Luke comes on 6, kind of quiet all day. Mac, his worst race this season, if I'm going to be completely honest, he was there, come home 7th though, another good result. Fortnite IST Fun, wow, what a race for him. Casernia 9th as well, Lion in 10th, and got to give shout out to Timmy. He was able to hang with this first group, come home 11th. He's had a awful start to the year, but he comes home 11th, great job. Petey fell off the pace. Gino Cap wasn't that good. Supra kind of average. Guys like Conroy Rosario, Nathan Scala, guys who started in the top 10 faded back there, but still decent runs. And got to give another shout out to Whiskers. 21st place. If he did not make that save, I don't think he was even going to finish the race. So got to give him a quick shout out. And then we go to the rear of the field here. A few more drivers that were involved in wrecks like Raptor, Brandon Del Pino, guys that were just off the pace. Nacho as well, Dakota. It's been a rough start to the Littleberry Racing and Saucy Racing drivers. They got to step it up, just haven't really had the speed. And then again, Matt DNF'd in that wreck, same as Butler. And Landon Ware made his debut today, only made it 10 laps before sadly being taken out. But there are a lot more races, he can still get it done. But now we head back to Mac and Chris, who are here in the booth. Either one of you, anything else you have to say after an exciting race today?
I wonder how this racing is going to do for these upper series. And I wonder if New can finally take this momentum and get him a good finish in Cup.
Kind of same as Mac. Like, if what we just saw in the middle portion of this race is anything to go by, I hope that the top 2 series has the same kind of action. And I guess the last thing I want to point out is just the momentum that the Series Motorsports and Apex Autosport trucks have sort of had. And all 6 of those trucks are rookie drivers, and they've been fantastic so far to start the season, except for Brandon, who's been sort of the short end of the stick of those 6 trucks. But all 6 of them were fast, and if they keep that up, they might do a good job and be there at the end of the season.
Yeah, Brandon's gotten in a lot of wrecks this season, but if he can get a race done, we'll see how much speed he has compared to his other 3 teammates. And for all of us here in the NAPA Truck Series booth, myself, Dylan, we also have Chris and Mac, the other 2 in the booth. What a great showing today at Vegas. These guys really let it all loose in that middle portion of the race. And this has been the calmest race of the year, shockingly, especially after seeing that battle. 1 caution. And I think that's the least amount of DNFs we've had too. So these guys starting to figure it out very slowly. But we still got 2 more races to go at Las Vegas. Xfinity and Cup will take it on the other 2 races this weekend. But that's all for the Truck Series. Congratulations to New on getting it done. And for all of us here in the NAPA Sim Series booth, we will see you next time for the Xfinity Series at Las Vegas.